Well, hello. I'm Alena Chapman, founder of Soul Manifesto. So, why aren't you happy? And if you are, wonderful, you've learned the secret. And for those of us who are going through things or whatever, there's always something to make us unhappy. Why aren't you getting happy? All right, I hear it. Oh, but Alena, you don't understand. All right, folks, this is the thing. I learned this from a very good friend of mine, Bob Proctor. He always says, happiness is a decision. Now, all right, so when I heard that, I was going through one heck of a divorce. I mean, it was awful. Awful on every incredible level you could ever think of. And yet, this man's standing on stage telling me to be happy, that it's my decision. I really had to think about that. In fact, I decided to go out and get a soda, sit down on the sofa outside the room, and think about it. And I did. And as I sat there, sipping on my soda, I thought, maybe he has a point. There's always more ways to skin an onion, isn't there? What if I decided in all this chaos and awfulness and true cruelness, how could I create happiness? I'm going to decide today to be happy. What does one do when you decide to be happy? Well, you do two things. You create happiness in the day. You feed yourself good things, especially when you're going through something. That's extremely important. But number two, you build a different perception. Doesn't mean you don't see what's really going on, but you don't have to live in it. There's a difference. So, what did I do? I decided to build my happiness. I started right then and there. I turned on music that I really loved. I started playing the piano again, which I hadn't done in years and years. And no, I'm not wonderful, but I do love the piano. I also started to read things that just uplifted me. I started to talk with friends and laugh and just enjoy the present moment and not think about all the stuff that was, the stuff I didn't want to think about. I started just being really present in the moment, smelling the flowers, just being a part of life. And then when I went home, I decided, I feel lighter, I feel good, I'm going to keep this going. So I sat down and I made a list. And I said, all right, now that I'm a single mom, what do I want my kids to think about with family? And I wrote down 3 or 4 things that I wanted them to think about when they're 35 about family. Things like families are here to support us and help us get through the times, that we always have each other, things like that, okay? That all disagreements always end in love. Just things like that. And I guided my life on that. And I made it my mission to show the boys that we were secure, that we could survive, and that they could always rely on me to be a mom and to have happy times. Like we would build a tent downstairs on Fridays and eat pizza in the tent watching a movie. Or putting little snacks in their backpack with a cookie saying, do well on your test, put it in, stuff like that. Everything to build that happiness and support in the family. I decided to change the perception. That's what I was doing. I focused on the family. I focused on us building a new life, and with happiness in it. Meanwhile, for myself, I was taking yoga, I was doing the piano, I was starting to talk to friends. I was building happiness in my life. Now, when that divorce or that crisis or whatever was going on there would come and impede on my perception, all of a sudden it didn't seem so traumatic. It was like, oh, it's just something I have to take care of right now. But then it's gone. Because this is where I want to be. This is my world. That's something I just have to deal with when I have to deal with it. Do you see? And it was because I had decided to be happy, to build a perception. It wasn't just a perception. It was my world. The perception was causing my world to change. I wanted a happy, secure, happy family. And I was going to build it, and that's it. And because I was building it, well, then it was just so natural that I would start forgiving easier, because who wants to be ladled down with that? And it was just natural for me to say as this whole thing proceeded, that I just wanted the best for all, including that other side, because that would cause happiness everywhere. Do you see? So I allowed happiness, after deciding to be happy, to create that happiness in my life by feeding it and feeding that perception and just building it. And it really wasn't that hard. The happier I became, the more happy my kids became. The more happy we all were, the more secure we felt. The more happy we were, we could see a future. The more happy we were above the trees and could look down and see our way out of the forest. Happiness is a decision. You just have to take a baby step, a baby step, a baby step. Feed it into your day. Decide to live in the now. Create what you want to create. You are the designer of your life. No matter what your life is like, you can build happiness in it. Happiness is most definitely a decision. And it's, as Bob also used to say, a no going back decision. Make them quick, make them fast, and that is that. That's the one thing I remember very strongly. And I do make decisions fast. And when I make a decision, I keep it. Always have. So now it's up to you. It's up for you to make your happiness, to start by building that in the day, adding things in your day that make you happy, allowing yourself to let go of things. You'll deal with them. They're not going to disappear, but you don't have to brood on it. It's not doing you any good to just hold it in your head. Really, it doesn't. Obsessing doesn't help anybody, and that's what you're doing. So let it go. If you have to, write it down on a piece of paper that has solutions. Every time you walk by the table, you put down one solution, then you leave it, if you really must have it in your life. When you have to deal with it. Otherwise, push it away and start building your happiness. Start building that togetherness, if that's what you want. That security, if that's what you want. That going for it, if that's what you want. You are the creator. You are the designer of your life. How do you want to live it? Me, I want to be happy. Oh, and check out Soul Manifesto some more. We've got some really cool things on the site. And Inevitable You, my gosh, if you want more help in creating that happy life, that happiness in your life, and you want that just feeling good, how do you develop that? And how do you want to just start really getting into creativity? Because creativity is more than just writing a book. Creativity is a happiness in designing your life. It's got to be in that creative mind that makes the designing of the life so easy. And if you're interested in that, then you should check out Inevitable You. We've got it at an incredible price. And it's a wonderful, wonderful program with Elizabeth Gilbert. There's lots of stuff happening at Soul Manifesto. Check it out if you're interested. Again, I'm Alena Chapman. And guys, remember, spirit is love. And when we are happy, then we bring and shine happiness everywhere. And I'll tell you what, that is definitely love. And that's definitely spirit. Okay, namaste. Let's get started on your happiness, shall we? Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll enjoy. Namaste.